So what I did here, for an example, and I've just screenshotted it, I literally just typed in the question on Google and this is what came up. So you can notice some of the results that came up. COVID-19 pandemic triggers increase in anxiety and depression in young people from the World Health Organization. We've got kids' mental health in crisis. We've got impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on young people, an epidemic of depression and anxiety among young adults. 1 in 5 young children had a problem. So it's pretty useful. We've got quite a good range of literature there. However, the weakness of Google versus other ways of searching for literature, which we will go on to later, is that they've seen the word epidemic in the question and they've confused that with the pandemic, which we're not talking about. We might talk about it later on in the essay as a contributing factor towards the young people's mental health crisis, but right now it's not the focus of our research. So we need to be a bit more specific with what we're searching up in Google, right? Because this isn't what we're not concerned with how the pandemic impacted mental health. We're concerned with how can we fix the current crisis in young people's mental health, and more specifically, anxiety and depression. So how do we be more specific? Well, this is where good old Google Scholar comes in. So you go on Google and just type in Google Scholar, which is essentially a subsection of Google, but it's just academic papers. And I've done the same again. So I've just typed in the question, but instead I've just typed in statement. There is an unprecedented epidemic of depression and anxiety among young people. And instead of getting articles and things from various healthcare websites, you just get all the academic, formal, published literature in journals. So again, you'll see there's some very useful things here. But again, there's some slightly less useful things. Again, COVID-19, 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 COVID-19. There's a lot of pandemic things, right? So whilst they have, it's slightly better than Google in the sense that you've got some solid scientific and psychological literature to work from, we're still not getting the response we need or the research we need in the direction that we need to go with this question, because it's still talking about the pandemic, because the words pandemic and epidemic have been confused, if you see what I mean, which is where search terms come in.